Hi guys, this is Anika from Annie is Artborn, and today I'm going to show you how to draw a cute little cartoon frog. So I have a piece of paper in front of me, and this is really what you're going to need. You could also use a sketchbook or whatever floats your boat, okay? I'm also going to use a mechanical pencil for starters. If you're anything like me and have a heavy hand, mechanical pencil may or may not be the best thing. For me, it reminds me I need to draw lighter. Otherwise, I would use an art pencil, but I usually like to use the darker one, so I wouldn't really bother too much. Unless you have the lighter art pencils, which I don't feel like looking for right now, just use a mechanical pencil or a HB #2 pencil, whatever floats. Okay? So for starters, I'm also going to use a ruler. You don't have to. I don't usually, but for the sake of this video, I'll just use it anyway, okay? So, first things first, what we're going to actually do is create the head. And to do that, it's basically a diamond shape, just kind of on its side, with rounded corners, okay? So I'm going to use my ruler and kind of like draw my guidelines. Sorry about that. I'm gonna go fairly amount across the page, and there's one line, and I'm just gonna make a plus sign. Okay. Now you don't want to start it too high up on the paper because your eyeballs need to go above the head. Okay. So I'm going to start a little low here. In fact, I'm going to start right about there for that one. I'm going to end about here, and I think I want to use this ruler here. It's almost 2 inches, not exactly. It's about right there. So I'm going to just kind of come on over. You can hand draw this. It really doesn't, whatever floats, you know. But for those that are technical, we can do it this way. So I'm just going to kind of create my little corners here, going out at the angles. And then just kind of connect them. And for the purpose. And just kind of eyeball it, and, you know, make your own modifications based off of how you want it to look. Because I'm going to bring these in, make it a little more rounder than I usually make it. So, I don't know, I'm going to see how this looks, because honestly, I've never done that before. Okay, and then, you know, I'm just going to, while I'm at it on the head, I'm going to do the nostrils. They're just 2 circles. And I'm going to add a mouth, and I'm going to add a very wide grin for this. And I want it to have little teeth and a little tongue. Okay. Now the eyeballs, they go right around here. And draw an oval, but, you know, don't finish it at the bottom. And do the same thing on the other side. Draw an inside oval for the actual eye. And now add a circle. And for the pupil, or, you know, that dark black spot, whatever you want to call it, maybe it's white, I don't know. I'm going to do kind of like a jelly bean shape, just to kind of give it that frog kind of look. I don't want to put a circle there. Alright, now let's move on to the body. And again, it's just another circle, a pretty large circle. Because in this circle is also the arm, so don't make it too skinny, because you got to put the arms in there. You could always, if you do make it smaller, you can always go on the outside of your circle and, you know, put your arms there. But for my purpose, I want to just kind of see where I'm working. So the arms will kind of come like that, you see. Alright, So now that that's said and done, I'm gonna put in my legs. And I did this line coming all the way out to here because I want my legs to come at least up to that part of the line. So I want to start somewhere, let's say about here. And I'm actually going to draw a line here as well so I know where to start on the other side. And there we are, right? Again, round it off. And do the same on the other side. In fact, I'm going to use my pencil to help me measure out how much of a distance I need to go. Well, about there is fine. I'm just going to mark that. Cool. Alright. And okay, now I'm going to come in on the leg at an angle. Bending it towards the body. And that way, and get it as close to the body as you can. Because I want the legs to come up from underneath its little belly here. Okay? Same on the other side. That looks fine. And I'm just going to add a line for the leg. So, now for the feet here, I'm going to kind of come out at an angle like that. And I'm kind of making my little 3D box here of where I kind of want the feet to go and how big I want them to be. I'm going to come back at this angle because I want this to come up like so. Okay, and let it lead off into the body. So I'm actually going to make this kind of a little closer to the body. Or I could just, you know, put the arms there, so whichever floats. So now I'm going to do the arms, going to finish them off here, and I'm just going to, you know, keep them round as well, matching the rest of the body because, you know, frog arms, or legs or whatever, they're pretty flexible as you can see from here. So I'm going to keep them, you know, nice and snoodle-like. And I'm going to draw my little circles for where I want to place my hands. So now let's do the details of the toes and the hands, okay? So basically I'm going to do the same thing, and I want to curve it in. Well, I have no idea, that's just my preference. And I'm going to come up and right around where you see this little guideline here for this 3D foot, whatever it is, we're just going to bend it like a little circle. And when we come up back to where we meet up around a little less than half of between here and here, and we're going to go and come in, okay? Do the same thing with the next toe. And, you know, make your own adjustments as needed. Same thing over here. And don't worry too much about the rough lines. We're going to go back in and clean it up, okay? And so much for me writing light. Because let me see if we turn this light off. Let me see how much you can see. Oh, yeah. Wow. Oh well. I'll give the illusion that I'm drawing it lightly. Okay, now the fingers aren't they don't have that bulbous part, but they just kind of come a little rounded, and they come up like so, and they do the same thing over here. I want this to come over there, and I'm just gonna have four frog fingers. Okay, and don't forget the web. Connect it like that. Okay, I'm gonna add a little circle for the tummy, and my frog's a little fat, so I'm gonna not bring it as up as I need it to be. Okay. All right. So now we can go in, and I'm gonna also draw the details here, some little circles. Now I'm gonna keep it close to the edge, because the rest of this is pretty bare, but I want to show the, you know, how the back side has a little bit of bumps and stuff like that. And I might do a little bit up here as well. Let us break out our marker and outline this. Grab my Sharpie here, and I'm just gonna go and pick a spot. And even while I'm using my Sharpie, I'm making some adjustments, so don't worry if you're not following the lines completely, just whatever looks good for you, okay? Be careful not to do this. I accidentally went too far, crossing my lines, which I'll have to fix later, but just try not to do that yourself, okay? I'll go ahead and color in this mouth. Aw, isn't he cute? Alright, so I'm going to put up my permanent marker and grab out my eraser. I could either use the end of this or I could use my rubber eraser. I just don't feel like reaching it right now. But normally I would use my rubber eraser. I'm just going to go over, my kneaded eraser. This is a rubber eraser I'm using. And I'm going to go over any lines that I see coming out from the marker lines. And this is where you start gaining that muscle right around here, you know. That's what drawing does. It makes strong whatever muscle that is. Don't let nobody tell you mistakes don't make you strong. Practice makes perfect. And if you accidentally erase your little warts, or whatever they call them, I don't know, just put them back. Alright, that looks as clean's gonna get. Whew. Okay, now I'm gonna add some shadow, maybe up underneath the neck here. And this is where I would take my other pencils if I felt like grabbing them and do this. And try to go into, circular motions when you do this. Tiny little circles. Okay, so now it looks like his head's not like just stuck on there, okay? So now it looks like it's protruding a little better, okay? And you can do the same thing from the legs to the arms. Just kind of come down like so. And even the webbing of the hands. I'm only going to do it on in areas that I believe you'd see the shadow. So I'm not going to go like in between like that. Alright. Okay, and I'm going to darken here, color a little bit, and then darken my little warts. I'm coloring around the warts so that they stay, whitish. And if not, just make sure that they're darker than your background color. Getting a little lazy here, so I'm just going to color this. Then I'm going to go back in and make some eraser marks here and there. And then just kind of put in my circles. And make sure when you do these, your warts, include quite a bit of small ones, but have some big ones here and there too. The small ones are what really define it, but the big ones give it that, that variation, okay? In fact, that looks a lot better than this side. So, whatever you think works best for you. Alright, and I would probably also put some maybe about like right around here. I think I'm going to do that. I was going to tell you, you guys can do it, but I'm going to do it anyway. Right, and I'm going to color in this as well. Not that I'm going to put any on the eyeballs, but I'm going to just shade it. And don't do like me and be in a rush and just go in and scribble all willy-nilly. Do like what I'm doing on this second eye, and I'm showing you the difference. Going in circles versus just, coloring straight up and down and stuff like that. Okay, so let me see if you guys can see the difference. See, so when you draw in circles, you see how this looks just smooth and natural, and this looks very choppy and kind of like bark, I guess. So when you're shading, especially with pencil, to get that more realistic look, you want to color in circles like this consistently. I mean, it looks pretty good. So, and you can go back and do that with this side, even if, you didn't start off that way. And you see, it doesn't really take much either. The tighter the circles, the better, honestly. Especially if you don't know what you're doing. But you really want to make sure you cover your areas. Okay? And now this looks a little darker than it needs to. And that's where your kneaded eraser comes in handy, and it could sponge off some of that. Alright, so I think I'm gonna leave that there. This is your cute little froggy. Okay? Thanks for watching.